In the vast skies over Greece, a chilling mystery unfolded. A flight with no one at the controls, a ghostly presence soaring towards an unknown fate. This was no ordinary flight. This was Helios Airways Flight 522, scheduled to depart from the sunny shores of Larnaca, Cyprus, destined for the cradle of Western civilization, Athens, Greece. On the morning of August 14, 2005, the Boeing 737-300, affectionately nicknamed Olympia, took off with 115 passengers and 6 crew members on board. Each person aboard held their own stories, their own reasons for travel, their own hopes and dreams. Little did they know, the flight that promised to unite them with their loved ones or take them on an adventure was about to turn into a journey none of them had imagined. As Flight 522 took to the skies, the world below carried on, unaware of the unfolding drama thousands of feet above. No one could have predicted the ominous fate that awaited Flight 522. In the vast skies over Greece, a chilling mystery unfolded, a flight with no one at the controls, a ghostly presence soaring towards an unknown fate. As Flight 522 made its journey, a sense of unease began to ripple through air traffic control. The flight, scheduled to land in Athens, seemed to be following its assigned path, but something was amiss. The plane didn't descend for landing at its appointed time. It continued its steady ascent, oblivious to the frantic calls from the ground. Greek authorities, already on high alert, were faced with an unprecedented situation. They had a passenger plane, seemingly under control but unresponsive, flying over their airspace. The decision was made, with a sense of growing dread, to scramble 2 F-16 fighter jets to intercept the aircraft. As the fighter jets approached the Boeing 737, they made a shocking discovery. Through the cockpit window, they could see the co-pilot slumped over the controls. Further back, oxygen masks dangled ominously above the passenger seats. The plane was eerily silent, a spectral entity gliding through the ether. It was a sight that would send chills down the spine of even the most seasoned pilot. Despite the unsettling scene, the fighter pilots held their course, maintaining a vigil over the ghost plane. They hoped against hope for some sign of life, some indication that the situation could be salvaged. But the plane continued its relentless journey, a chilling testament to the fragility of human life and the unforgiving nature of the skies. The eerie spectacle of Flight 522, a ghost plane in the truest sense, sent shockwaves through the aviation community. It was a stark reminder of the many variables at play in the complex ballet of flight and the devastating consequences when things go awry. What they discovered was a scene straight out of a horror film, a plane full of people caught in a deadly dance with fate, with no one at the helm. It was a chilling realization that would forever change the course of aviation safety. In the vast skies over Greece, a chilling mystery unfolded. A flight with no one at the controls, a ghostly presence soaring towards an unknown fate. As the F-16s approached the aircraft, they were met with an eerie sight. The cockpit of Helios Airways Flight 522 was a tableau of silent chaos. The co-pilot, once the master of the aircraft, was slumped over the controls, a lifeless figure in the face of impending disaster. The plane, once a symbol of human triumph over the skies, was now reduced to a spectral shell, a ghost plane. Passenger oxygen masks dangled from the ceiling, a chilling testament to the silent disaster that had unfolded in the pressurized cabin. The aircraft, once a humming hive of human activity, was now an empty vessel, a phantom in the skies. This was no ordinary flight. This was a ghost plane, flying on autopilot with no one conscious at the controls. The sight was as haunting as it was perplexing. How had a routine flight from Cyprus to Greece morphed into a chilling spectacle of ghostly proportions? What series of events had led to the co-pilot's incapacitation, the deployment of oxygen masks, and the chilling silence that now pervaded the aircraft? The answers to these questions would come later. But for now, the F-16 pilots could only watch in horror as the ghost plane continued on its flight path, oblivious to the desperate efforts on the ground to make sense of its chilling journey. Flight 522 had become a ghost plane, flying on autopilot with no one conscious at the controls. The phantom aircraft continued to soar over Greece, a chilling reminder of the delicate balance between human control and mechanical autonomy. As the ghost plane flew on, oblivious to the world below, the F-16 pilots could only watch and wait, hoping against hope for a miracle that would never come. In the aftermath of the chilling discovery, an investigation was launched to uncover the truth behind Flight 522's ghostly journey. As investigators delved into the mystery, they began to unravel a chilling series of systemic failures that led to this eerie spectacle. At the heart of the mystery lay a silent killer, a pressurization issue. This seemingly unassuming problem was the harbinger of death on Flight 522. As the plane climbed higher, the pressure inside the cabin failed to adjust to the decreasing pressure outside. This led to a deadly condition known as hypoxia, where the body doesn't receive enough oxygen. This pressurization issue didn't occur in a vacuum. The warning signs were there, whispering of the impending doom. An alarm had sounded during the flight, alerting the crew to the pressurization issue. However, tragically, this alarm was misinterpreted as a problem with the landing gear and was thus ignored. A fatal decision that turned the flight into a ghostly voyage. But the investigation didn't stop there. It delved deeper, revealing a lapse in pre-flight checks. As it turned out, the pressurization system was left in manual mode from a previous ground check. This oversight meant the system didn't automatically adjust as the plane climbed higher, a seemingly small error, but one with catastrophic consequences. The crew's training also came under scrutiny. Were they adequately trained to handle such a situation? This question loomed large as investigators pieced together the chilling puzzle. The investigation concluded that there was a significant gap in the crew's understanding of the aircraft systems and their response to the warning signs. A gap that turned a routine flight into a chilling ghost flight. In the end, the investigation painted a haunting picture. A series of systemic failures, a fatal misunderstanding of warning signs, and a lapse in pre-flight checks resulted in the chilling ghost flight of Helios Airways Flight 522. The truth was as chilling as the flight itself. With no one to guide it, Flight 522 was left to its own devices. The eerie silence filled the cabin as the ghost plane continued its journey, a chilling testimony to the intricacies of aviation. The Boeing 737-300, once a vessel of human connection and exploration, had now become a spectral shell, silently cutting through the Mediterranean skies. The aircraft's autopilot system, a marvel of modern technology, kept the plane on course, maintaining altitude and speed. It was a surreal sight, a testament to human ingenuity, yet a chilling reminder of our vulnerability. The passengers and crew, tragically incapacitated by hypoxia, were oblivious to their impending fate. As the hours ticked by, the plane's fuel reserves began to dwindle. The engines, starved of fuel, started to stutter and eventually fell silent. The hum of the engines, once a reassuring sign of life, was replaced by an eerie quiet. Flight 522, now a true ghost plane, was left to the mercy of gravity and momentum. The descent was inevitable. The plane, now devoid of the power that once propelled it, began a slow, spiraling descent. The land below, a picturesque Greek hillside near Grammatico, was oblivious to the tragedy unfolding above. The plane, once soaring majestically in the skies, was now hurtling towards it. In its final moments, the aircraft hit the ground with a devastating impact. The once mighty Boeing 737-300 was reduced to a twisted mass of metal and debris. The ghost flight had met its tragic end. There were no survivors. In its final moments, Flight 522 was a ghostly shell hurtling towards an inevitable end. The eerie silence that once filled the cabin was replaced by the deafening sound of the crash, a chilling echo that would reverberate through the annals of aviation history. The tragedy of Flight 522 left a lasting impact on the world of aviation. This ghostly flight underscored the critical importance of numerous factors in aviation safety. A plane isn't just a vehicle. It's a finely tuned system where every piece must work in harmony, and one overlooked detail can bring about catastrophe. From the cockpit to the cabin, proper procedures and thorough checks are not just routine. They're life-saving measures. The flight's crew, tragically incapacitated by hypoxia, couldn't respond to the crisis. But their story prompted a renewed emphasis on crew training, ensuring that those at the helm are prepared for every eventuality. The incident also highlighted the necessity of reliable aircraft systems. The pressurization issue that led to this disaster was a stark reminder of the deadly consequences of system failures. It spurred improvements in cockpit warning systems, making them more intuitive and less likely to be misunderstood or ignored. The legacy of Flight 522 is one of relentless vigilance. It's a commitment to improving safety measures, refining procedures, and ensuring that the tragic chain of events that unfolded that fateful day over Greece are not repeated. The ghost flight of Greece serves as a chilling reminder of the delicate balance that ensures aviation safety. Today, Flight 522's legacy continues to echo in the aviation industry. This tragic incident serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance that ensures aviation safety. It underscores the critical importance of meticulous pre-flight checks, stringent crew training, and the reliability of onboard systems. The haunting tale of the ghost flight continues to resonate, reminding us of the potential dangers that lurk in the sky. The ghost plane of Greece remains an eerie testament to the fragility of life and the importance of vigilance in the face of potential danger.